Welcome to today's Renew Your Mind moment. I'm coming to you from my porch because this is a place for me that I like to go to relax and refresh and just renew my mind. This week's focus is I can't fix what I'm not aware of. So, as we're looking at scripture, Psalms 139, 23 through 24 says, "Search me, O God, and know my heart. See if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting." And the point of that is that we need to reflect on what are we doing that needs fixing. And God is so gracious to point out to us over and over the things that we're doing wrong in a very gentle and tender way. He's able to tell us through His Word, through our prayer time, through our friends and family and those close to us, what we need to fix, what we're doing that is not pleasing to Him. Is there anything that I'm doing, Lord, that is offensive to you? I had the pleasure of speaking with a F-18 crew member a week ago. We were at Oshkosh, which is a really exciting aviation event. And as I was talking to him, I asked him, what is the one thing in your communication that makes for a high-performing team like you have to have in these fighter jets? And he very quickly and easily said, it's feedback. It's the importance of feedback. If we don't get the feedback in our debriefs, then the next mission won't go right. He said all of our roles are clearly defined, and sometimes we're out and we're on a mission, and I have to pick up the slack for the pilot because there's something that he didn't do, or there's something that I didn't do, and he had to do my job while doing his. And if we don't get that feedback that helps us improve, then we can't be the high-performing team. So that was his most important part of communication. And I think Scripture teaches us that as well, that there's nothing that we can do if we don't know what we're doing wrong. We have to be aware of our mistakes to fix them. So for our personal life, we have to be able to take feedback to understand what it is that I'm not doing that's pleasing to God. What is my attitude? What words did I say to somebody that were cutting or disrespectful or just unkind? What are my actions that maybe I didn't take an action that I should have taken that was displeasing to God? Or maybe I did something that was displeasing to God in what I said, in what I did, and I need to fix that. And so getting that feedback from others is important, and accepting that feedback so that we can see, what do I look like to other people? What are other people seeing in me? And then the reverse of that is also true, that I have to be able to give appropriate feedback. My feedback needs to be not critical, but constructive. And so am I giving feedback that brings challenge, but is supportive? And if you look at the life of Christ, he was an expert at that. He always was telling his disciples when they failed, can you not stay awake for 1 hour? Where is your faith? How long are you going to be with me before you believe these things? He showed them what they were doing incorrectly, but he did it in a way to call them up and not call them out. He called them to a higher level of performance, giving them a vision of who they were supposed to be, who it was that God had created them to be. And so we have to do the same thing. As we're talking to our colleagues, to our children, to our spouse, we need to call them up to a higher level and make sure that our feedback is not critical, but is constructive. It's going to help them, to give them a vision of who they can be and how effective they can be, so that they're not losing influence in things that they're saying or doing. So feedback is critical, and God talks a lot about that feedback. We know that we are all sinners. We all fall short of what God has called us to be and to do, and we don't hit the target. So we have to look at, where am I missing the mark, so that I can fix that. Calling people up, not calling them out, and giving them feedback that is constructive and not just critical. I hope this helps you have a great week as you explore your own heart and what needs to be changed for you.